Picture yourself in your favorite armchair, the one you've had for 20 years. You feel a dull ache on your right side, just under your ribs. You tell yourself it's nothing, maybe just a long walk yesterday, or that second helping of pie. But the tiredness doesn't lift. The morning fog in your brain never really clears. You've been good, you think. You've avoided the bottle. So how could your liver be in trouble? Here is the truth that few doctors have time to say out loud: 1 out of every 3 adults over 60 has fatty liver, and most don't know it. Not from alcohol. From food. From the quiet, daily buildup of sugar and processed oils that turns your hardest working organ into a sluggish, swollen sponge. Let me take you inside that organ for a moment. Your liver is a silent soldier. It filters your blood, stores your energy, and neutralizes medications. But when you eat refined carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, sweetened yogurt, so-called healthy cereals, the liver turns the excess sugar into fat droplets. Those droplets pack into liver cells like suitcases in a closet. Soon, the closet can't close. That is fatty liver. And if left alone, it can lead to scarring, then cirrhosis, then a slow, preventable decline. This is the fear you need to hold onto, just for a minute, because fear without action is poison. But fear with knowledge becomes rocket fuel. Now, here comes the hope, and it is real. The liver is the only organ that can fully regenerate if you give it the right tools. In the last 10 years, clinical studies have proved that dietary changes alone can reverse fatty liver in as little as 9 months. 9 months. No surgery, no expensive pills. Just food. And not miserable, rabbit food diets. I am talking about satisfying, flavorful, normal person meals. Let's start with the single most powerful food: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard. A landmark study from the Journal of Hepatology found that eating just 1 cup of raw leafy greens daily reduced liver fat by nearly 20% in 8 weeks. Why? Because these leaves contain a compound called nitrate, which improves the flow of blood through the liver and activates an enzyme that actually burns the fat stuck inside liver cells. Think of greens as a tiny cleaning crew, scrubbing each cell from the inside. One easy trick: add a handful of spinach to your morning eggs or your lunchtime soup. It wilts down to almost nothing. You won't taste it, but your liver will feel it. Second on the list, coffee. Not the sugary latte from the drive-thru. Plain, black coffee, or with a splash of unsweetened milk. Multiple large-scale reviews, including data from the National Institutes of Health, show that drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day lowers the risk of advanced fatty liver by nearly 40%. Coffee contains a combination of antioxidants, chlorogenic acid and caffeine, that reduce inflammation and slow the buildup of scar tissue. I recommend a medium or dark roast, because the roasting process breaks down a compound called N-methylpyridinium, which actually protects liver cells from stress. If you worry about sleep, switch to decaf. The protective compounds remain almost unchanged. No need to become a gourmet barista. Just brew a pot, let it cool if you prefer, and drink it slowly through the morning. Third, fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies. I know, fish can be expensive. But canned sardines in water are very affordable and exceptionally potent. The omega-3 fatty acids in these fish do 2 things. First, they lower the triglycerides in your blood so your liver doesn't have to store them. Second, they activate a protein called PPAR alpha, which is like a key that turns on your liver's fat-burning mode. A randomized controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition gave people with fatty liver 4 ounces of salmon twice a week. After 6 months, their liver fat decreased by an average of 33%. If you don't like fish, talk to your doctor about a high-quality fish oil supplement, but remember, real food gives you the whole orchestra, not just the first violin. Fourth, olive oil. Extra virgin. The real kind. Not vegetable oil, not canola, not the light cooking spray. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in a compound called oleocanthal, which has anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen but without hurting your stomach. A Spanish study from the University of Navarra followed older adults for 2 years. Those who used half a liter of extra virgin olive oil per week, about 2 tablespoons a day, reduced their liver stiffness and fat score by over 25%. Drizzle it over your steamed vegetables, mix it with vinegar for a simple salad dressing, or dip a piece of whole grain bread into it. Avoid heating it to the smoking point. A gentle sauté is fine, but better to add it after cooking. Fifth, walnuts. Not peanuts, not cashews, walnuts. A 1-ounce handful, about 7 whole walnuts. Walnuts are the only nut that provides a significant amount of omega-3s of the plant kind. They also contain high levels of an amino acid called arginine, which helps the liver detoxify ammonia, a waste product from protein digestion. In a study from the University of California, San Diego, people with fatty liver who ate 1 ounce of walnuts daily for 6 months had a 50% greater reduction in liver enzymes compared to those who did not. Keep a small bag in your pantry. Eat them as a snack, crush them over oatmeal, or add to a salad instead of croutons. Sixth, berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. Frozen is just as good as fresh because freezing preserves the anthocyanins, the dark purple pigments. These compounds directly block the formation of new fat droplets inside liver cells. A double-blind human trial gave people with fatty liver a daily smoothie containing 1 cup of mixed berries. After 12 weeks, MRI scans showed a 15% reduction in liver fat, and the participants reported less brain fog and more afternoon energy. You can add berries to your morning oatmeal, to plain yogurt, or simply eat a bowl as a dessert. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, eat berries with a source of protein like a handful of walnuts to keep your blood sugar steady. Seventh, green tea. Not bottled sweet tea. Brewed green tea, hot or iced. The active compound, epigallocatechin gallate, we call it EGCG, has been studied in more than 100 clinical trials. One of the most convincing, from the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition, gave people with fatty liver a green tea extract equivalent to 3 cups per day for 12 weeks. Their liver enzymes normalized, and ultrasound showed visible reduction in fat. EGCG works by reducing the absorption of dietary fat in your intestine and by increasing the excretion of fat through your stool. It also protects the mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your liver cells, from oxidative damage. To get the most EGCG, brew your tea for 3 minutes in water that is hot but not boiling. Squeeze a little lemon. Vitamin C helps your body absorb the antioxidants. Now, let me say something uncomfortable. Eating these foods will not work if you keep eating the foods that feed fatty liver. The worst offenders are sugar-sweetened drinks, soda, sweet tea, fruit juice, and any food with high fructose corn syrup on the label. Fructose from fruit is fine because fruit comes with fiber, water, and antioxidants. But isolated fructose, the kind added to cheap packaged foods, goes straight to your liver and turns into fat faster than any other sugar. The second offender is refined vegetable oils, soybean, corn, sunflower, safflower. They are high in omega-6 fats, which promote inflammation and interfere with the liver's ability to burn fat. Replace them with olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil for cooking. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to starve. You need consistency. Start with one change: replace your afternoon cookie with a handful of walnuts and a cup of green tea. Do that for 1 week. Then add a spinach salad with olive oil 3 times a week. Then swap your breakfast cereal for oatmeal with berries. Small steps. Your liver will respond faster than you think. In the book The Liver Cure by Dr. Russell Blaylock, he writes that the liver's regenerative capacity is so robust that even people with moderate fatty liver can reverse it entirely within a year without weight loss, just by changing what goes onto their fork. And here is the deepest hope. When your liver heals, you will feel it. The right side ache will fade. The afternoon slump will become a gentle tiredness, not a crash. Your skin may clear. Your digestion will ease. You will wake up and actually want to get out of bed. This is not magic. This is biology. Your body has been waiting for permission to heal. These foods are the permission slip. So tomorrow morning, when you open your refrigerator, remember, you are not just making breakfast. You are giving your liver the blueprint to rebuild itself. You are choosing a longer, stronger, more awake version of your own life. That is the power on your plate. Use it.